Kitchen and bathroom makeovers can be very beneficial to your bottom line if the job is done right. Done wrong, it can be costly and frustrating.
Oh, yeah.
If you're somebody that's looking to improve on the house, whether you just bought it or maybe you live in there, but you want to make sure that the improvements you make is also going to add to the value of the house, because you know what? It's hard-earned money that you're about to pour into the home renovation, then this video is for you, because we're going to talk about those you should not do and those improvements that you should absolutely do if you're looking to increase the value of the house. You never ever want to over improve the home based on the neighborhood that you're in, because you're just not going to see that money back. It's wasting money putting it in the toilet, because the neighborhood just can't handle that price point that your house is now in if you were to resell it and you wanted to recoup the investment that you made in that home. Let's just assume you have a $500,000 home and you want to improve it by adding in another $150,000. Perhaps you're looking to do the kitchen, it may be the roof. What you're going to want to do is take a like home, a comp that was just recently sold in your neighborhood. And if you can't find it in your neighborhood, then a neighborhood that's very similar to yours, a home that matches what you want to improve your home to be in. And if that home hasn't sold for $650 at the very least, if you want to cover all the costs you put into the home, then you know that that type of improvement is too much for the neighborhood. Unless you're upgrading a luxury home, don't go for luxury types of appliances, luxury types of cabinets, custom cabinets, because you're never going to see that money back. A buyer that's looking to purchase an average home, let's just say you're in a neighborhood with the median price point right now in the US, it's close to $500,000. Those buyers aren't going to be spending extra money on luxury appliances, just over the top kitchen renovations, for example. If you're a luxury buyer in a luxury neighborhood, yes, that's going to matter. But in this case, we're just assuming you have, an average home and you want to get the most for your money, the most for your renovations. Don't do it. There's smart ways, which we're going to talk about later, to do that type of home improvement in the kitchen, the bathroom. It is so tempting to convert a garage into a gym. Let's just say you have a 3-car garage. Here in Florida, those are very common. And you really want to have a home gym if you don't have enough rooms inside of the house. And so you're thinking, you know what, that third space, I'm going to convert this into a home gym. Everything's going to get insulated and this is going to be my space. As long as it's going to make you happy, yeah, do it, but don't do it for the resale value of it, because most buyers are probably not going to feel the same way about this home gym as you will. And that's because most buyers are going to prefer a garage that's functional for maybe extra storage or parking. Right here in Florida, a lot of us have golf carts. I don't, but a lot of people have. We don't have basements. So that extra space in the garage is like our basement. I've walked into these homes with these beautiful, beautiful gardens, landscaping. It's like going into a tropical paradise. But buyers also look at it as, you know what, this is a lot to maintain. This is going to be very costly if I have to hire a landscaper, say every month, to take care of this, or I have to do it if I don't have the extra budget for the landscaper. So unless you're somebody that is going to be so happy with this type of landscaping, if you want to really ease the resale of the home, I would not spend a lot of money on landscaping, on complex landscaping. A tropical oasis that needs a lot of maintenance is really going to be a turnoff for some people. Not because they don't like it, they may love it, but they're also going to think, this is going to take me a lot of effort to maintain. No, don't want to do it. You may be in a house that has 4 or 5 bedrooms, and perhaps you're just utilizing 4 bedrooms out of 5, or maybe 3 out of 4. And so you're thinking, you know what, these bedrooms are kind of small. I'm going to make one of them bigger because they're adjacent to each other. I'm just going to break that wall. Don't do it. The majority of the buyers are going to prefer having that extra bedroom. Maybe they want to convert it into an office, because a lot of us now work from home. It'll go much further if you have extra bedrooms versus the bedrooms being larger, because the majority of us don't really spend that much time in the bedroom. If you're in a big home and you have 8 bedrooms and you're in a neighborhood where the majority of the homes have 5 or 6 bedrooms, yeah, you can knock a few walls down. So it also depends on the neighborhood you're in. But just directly speaking, keep the number of bedrooms you have. We all like to personalize our space, but maybe you're looking to over personalize some of the spaces in the home. And so if you're somebody that's always dreamt about having the home theater that looks like a Star Wars spaceship, I wouldn't do it. It's not going to appeal to a lot of people. You may want to have kitchen cabinets that are blue or purple. I've seen purple ones, or orange. I've seen those too. Unless it's going to make you happy, don't do it, because the majority of the people, in the case of kitchen cabinets, are going to want to look for something that's just a little bit more neutral. Here in Florida, what's really popular is white. So anything that's super unique, unless it's going to make you happy again, don't do it. So a lot of us have wanted to have a pool home. Don't do it if you're in a place where the climate isn't conducive to utilizing that pool for long periods of time. Here in Florida, I would say do it. But if you're in the Northeast, colder areas where maybe you just have 2 months, 3 months out of the year where it's just a little bit warmer, don't do it, because the majority of the buyers are not going to see the value of the pool. Pools these days are very expensive. You could easily spend over $100,000 on a pool, when in certain places across the United States, buyers are just going to think, well, this is going to cost me a lot of money to keep up, and I'm not going to be able to utilize it all that much. And then what happens in the winter time? It's just going to sit there and collect snow. Lastly, but not least, is you don't want to do the job yourself if you don't know what you're doing. Yes, you can watch YouTube videos, and some of them are pretty good, but if you've never redone a floor, if you have never updated a kitchen before, don't do it. Hire somebody professionally, and you want to make sure that you pull the right permits. Even if you're somebody that's done it before and you feel really confident that you can do it and it's going to look good, make sure you get the right permits, because if you don't, it's going to come up when you go to resell the home, and it could really open up a can of worms. Buyers are going to see a lot of homes, many of which have probably been updated, and so they know what a good update inside of a home looks like. If it's shoddy, if it looks cheap, they're just going to think, well, I'm going to have to re-renovate this kitchen that was just renovated because it wasn't done really well. And then it becomes an issue, a problem. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. Hire somebody professionally to do it. What home improvements should you make if you're looking to increase the value of the house? Absolutely, you should improve the kitchen. The kitchen is the number one place everybody meets in. A lot of times they even have dinner there. It's the center of the home. It's a very high trafficked area inside the house. But unless you're reselling a luxury home, it won't make sense for you to spend top dollars for cabinetry, for the appliances, for the countertop. You're going to be much better off getting nice cabinets, a nice quartz countertop, and I definitely suggest you get quartz. Granite is so yesterday, that's from 15 years ago. You don't need the highest level. You know, I go to these new construction model homes all the time. I've been through the design centers as well, and in a lot of cases, you can't really tell the difference between a lower level versus a higher level until the salesperson explains the difference. And then part of that is a marketing pitch to get you to upgrade. The same with the appliances. You don't need the highest end appliances. You don't need Viking, Wolf, or Miele. Get a KitchenAid, or maybe get Samsung appliances. Those are just perfectly fine on average. Just as much as there's value to upgrading the kitchen, there's value to upgrading the bathroom as well. And that's because it's a high trafficked area. We use it every day, multiple times a day. So if you have old cabinetry in the bathroom is just looking old, yeah, there's a lot of value to upgrading it. But perhaps you can get away with refacing the cabinetry in the bathroom if you don't want to change the layout of the bathroom. It's definitely something that you should investigate. Actually, I know someone that has done a complete kitchen remodel, but she didn't take out the kitchen boxes. She just refaced the kitchen cabinetry, and it looks like a brand new kitchen. You're going to want to possibly put quartz countertop also in the bathroom. Probably going to look good, especially if you're going to do the kitchen, because they'll have some leftover that you can pull into the bathroom. In the theme of high trafficked areas, got flooring. It's so important to have nice flooring. So if you're in a home that has carpet, old dirty carpet, you're definitely going to want to get that upgraded. You could consider hardwood floors, maybe luxury vinyl. Luxury vinyl is becoming much more popular here in Florida now, partially because it's very durable. Where tiles just even 5 years ago were probably the most popular to have as a flooring material in Florida. The grout line gets dirty, and so people have decided in a lot of cases that luxury vinyl is just as durable, but you don't have to worry about the grout. Whatever it is, whatever you want to do in your house, make sure that it is seamless across the entire home. What you don't want, and I've seen this often, especially in older homes, is that you have so many different varieties of materials, flooring materials being used, where maybe in the kitchen you have tile, and then you go into the study room and there's hardwood flooring, and then you go into the bedrooms, there's carpet. It's flooring material overload. Here's one that is so easy. It probably should have been the first one I should have mentioned when it comes to making upgrades, and that is upgrading all the fixtures, especially if they're really old. Door handles, light fixtures, cabinet fixtures throughout the entire home. It's going to make a huge difference, especially if you don't want to update the kitchen and the bathrooms. Just updating the fixtures, the door handles, the cabinet handles can make a huge difference. You've seen those door handles that are gold, old style. Relatively speaking, when it comes to some of the costs of other improvements, this is one that's pretty low and you can do it yourself. Really, it's not that hard. And you can buy the fixtures, most cases online. You can go on Amazon.com and buy them. Or if you want to see them live, go to Lowe's or Home Depot. A lot of buyers are looking for energy efficient homes. And so if you have a home that has old windows, maybe they're the windows from the 60s, the 70s, get those upgraded. For one, it's going to help you sell that home because buyers don't want to deal with these high ticket items that need to be replaced afterwards. Get it done while you're there and enjoy new windows and the fact that it's going to lower your energy bill. I've gotten new hurricane proof windows not too long ago, very costly, but I would say here in Florida, because of the tropical weather we have, occasional hurricanes that come in, I would actually go to argue that I will probably get really close to the cost of the improvement if I were to go to resell this home. And with appreciation, gosh, I might actually get 130% on the cost of the improvement in a few years. Another upgrade that is not going to cost you an arm and a leg, but it's a must, and that is making sure that the curb appeal has been heightened. You want to make sure that when buyers walk towards the home and through the door, that they already feel happy, that the home looks like it's been taken care of. If it looks like it's been taken care of from the outside, that will carry through to the inside, especially when the inside models what the outside looks like. You want to make sure that the lawn is taken care of. You want to make sure that there's no weeds in your front or backyard. For a little bit more curb appeal, if the front lacks a bit of color, you might want to consider putting plants in place. If the house is a bit dirty, maybe you haven't gotten it power washed in 10, 15 years, power wash it. If it needs repainting, it might make sense to repaint it. And that holds true for the inside. One of the most affordable upgrades you can do is repainting the entire inside, especially if a lot of the rooms have darker colors. White is very popular as a repaint color for a couple of reasons. It'll brighten up the space, and that's what a lot of buyers are looking for. They want to walk through a space that is cheery, that is bright, but also white will give the illusion of the space being bigger, being wider, and it's a very neutral color in the eyes of a buyer. If you live in an area where the weather is conducive to people taking advantage of the outside quite a bit, like here in Florida, California, Texas, then I would say having a deck or patio addition, that's going to bring you value. Buyers really enjoy taking advantage of the outside space as well, just as much as taking advantage of the inside of the house. If you don't have a deck or a patio addition, but you have the backyard to accommodate it, I would definitely consider getting an expansion. If you're in an area, say in New York, where the summers aren't as long as here in Florida, then you might not want to spend as much in getting this addition, but there is some value to enabling the buyer to be able to take advantage of the outside space as well. It enhances their living space. When it comes to deck or patio addition, it really depends on where you live, and you want to just model the dollar improvements depending on how much a buyer is potentially going to utilize that space. If not as much in the summertime, then limit the amount of money you pay on that addition, but I would definitely have it there if you have a backyard. Lastly, if you have an old roof or maybe you have a roof leak, repair the roof leak at the very least. A roof leak can cause a lot of damage if you don't repair it. But also if you have an older roof, just get it replaced and enjoy it while you live in there. Unless you're flipping it, you're still gonna wanna get it replaced, because in today's world where supply is really increased quite a bit and buyers have a lot of options out there, they're going to want to get the house that has those high ticket items already updated. That includes the windows, the roof, the AC, and you might as well just enjoy having a safe roof over your head, get a new roof, get a lower homeowner's insurance up until you resell the home, get a new roof. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. If there are any home renovations that I've missed that you feel have gotten you far when you went to resell the home, just do me a favor and leave a comment in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. And any other thoughts, just please share them with me. And if you're somebody that's looking for realistic real estate information, then maybe this channel is for you. In the meantime though, you could do me a favor, like this video, especially if you've watched up until now. Most likely than not, you've gotten some value out of it. And thank you so much for watching today. You guys are always appreciate it when you do. Take care.